Chapter 5, Social Cognitive Theory. Principles of social cognitive theory are: people can learn by observing others' behaviors and consequences that result. Learning can occur without a change in behavior. Cognition plays important roles in learning. This includes attention and retention. People can have considerable control over their actions and environments. Environmental factors in social cognitive theory, revisiting reinforcement and punishment. Consequences were a big component of Bandura's early work. The observer is reinforced by the model. People reinforce others by doing what they think they would do. The observer is reinforced by one or more other individuals. Example, when the older child is praised for a desired behavior, the younger child sees the praise and emulates the behavior. The imitated behavior leads to reinforcing consequences. Consequences of the model's behavior affect the overall behavior vicariously. Example, joy from watching your favorite team score a goal. Cognitive factors in social cognitive theory. Learning involves mental rather than behavioral change. Certain cognitive processes are essential for learning to occur, paying attention and mentally rehearsing. Learners must be aware of existing response-consequence contingencies. Learners form outcome expectations. Learners form beliefs of their ability to perform various behaviors, efficacy expectations. Outcome and efficacy expectations influence co-processes that underlie learning. When an expected consequence does not occur, it is also an influential consequence. Reciprocal causation. Two affect the third. Environment in the outside world. Person, an individual's particular physical characteristics, and behavior, an individual's observable actions and reactions. How modeling affects behavior. Modeling teaches new behaviors. Modeling influences the frequency of previously learned behaviors. Modeling may encourage previously forbidden behaviors. Modeling increases the frequency of similar behaviors. Characteristics of effective models. The model is competent, perceived as skillful and knowledgeable. The model has prestige and power, a good reputation either in a small group or a larger group. The model behaves in a general, gender-appropriate ways. The model's behavior is relevant to the observer's situation. Actions and reactions that can be learned through modeling. Children can learn new skills by watching videos of people effectively using those skills. Children are more likely to resist enticements of a stranger when they observe a peer modeling the same resistance of enticements from a stranger. Children begin to respond emotionally when they observe others responding emotionally. Children who respond to material reinforcers will gradually move on to social reinforcers when they observe others modeling the desired behavior with social reinforcers. Adults are more likely to object to racist statements when those around them also object. Other observable behaviors. Academic skills. Students can learn skills by watching others demonstrate. This is most effective with cognitive modeling, how to think about the task. Aggression. Research studies have shown that children and adolescents become more aggressive when they observe aggressive or violent models, either in person or on television or video games. Interpersonal skills. Learners acquire interpersonal skills by observing and imitating others. Conditions necessary for effective modeling to occur. Attention to significant aspects of the modeled behavior. Retention, repeating whatever needs to be remembered over and over. Motor reproduction, actual replication of the behavior being observed. Motivation, the learner must want to demonstrate what they have learned. How self-efficacy affects behavior and cognition. Activity choices. People tend to select activities where they believe they can succeed. Goals. People set higher goals if they have higher self-efficacy in that domain. Effort and persistence. People with a high sense of self-efficacy are more likely to stretch and select a task that requires more work or obstacles to overcome. Factors in the development of self-efficacy. Previous successes and failures. Current physiological state. What is your body telling you? Is it because of the task or is it unrelated? Messages from others. Do people believe in you? Are you being encouraged? Successes and failures of others. Successes and failures of the group as a whole. Ways teachers with high self-efficacy about effectiveness influence students. They are more willing to experiment with new teaching strategies to better help students. They have higher expectations and set higher goals for students. They put more effort into their teaching and are more persistent. Elements of self-regulation. Self-observation, looking objectively at your own performance. Self-evaluation, based on the standards you've developed for yourself. Self-reaction, feeling proud when you do well or ashamed when you don't. Self-reflection, critically examine goals, past performances and achievements, and adjusting current and future goals where needed. Promoting self-regulated behavior. Self-instructions, cognitive modeling, overt external guidance, overt self-guidance, faded overt guidance, covert self-instruction, see Figure 2 in text. Self-monitoring, things like step counters, lights on timers, video recording, etc. Self-reinforcement, giving yourself a treat for desired behavior. Self-imposed stimulus control. Lastly, educational implications of social cognitive theory. Students often learn by simply observing others. Describing consequences of behaviors can effectively increase appropriate and decrease inappropriate behaviors. Modeling provides an alternative to shaping as a means of teaching new behaviors. Teachers, parents, and other adults must only model appropriate behaviors. Exposure to a variety of models can enhance students' further learning and development. Teachers should help students set realistic expectations for accomplishments. Self-regulation techniques provide effective methods for improving student behavior.